Stezo Radio is for adults only.
The Stezo Radio Show. The Stezo Radio Show. The Stezo Radio Show. The Stezo Radio Show. Well, it's that radio show where we go toe to toe. Hot topic, dropping knowledge straight from Chicago, and it's our point of view. So tell me what you gon' do. Drop a line, don't be lying, trying to get with the crew. Cause we be talking them facts, exposing them fiction. Man, it's so real that we be causing some friction. Probably something you missing, ain't no need to be dissing. Just relax here and listen, because we spitting and sipping. The Stezo Radio Show, the Stezo Radio Show, the Stezo Radio Show, Stezo Radio Show, the Stezo Radio Show, the Stezo Radio Show, the Stezo Radio Show, the Stezo Radio Show.
Young and Kurt, that nigga, Nola, Flint the Pimp, Rickey, Bobby, Shorty got him, Ancient Kurt, and Remy. Alright, y'all, welcome back to another episode of Stezo Radio. Debate with the Great Eight. The topic for this one, we're going to go a little deep. We have fun all the time, but we're going to have fun with this too, but still a deep topic. We're going with black men and women dealing with depression, suicide, and talking with psychiatric help. That's 4 for 4. Yeah. I'm on the road. We're going to get these intros. Go.
Yeah, it's your boy, the forever guest, Ricky Bobby. Follow me on IG, Ricky Bobby 26.
What's happening? You got your boy Remy in the building. You can find me on Instagram at Remy_SR.
It's that nigga back at the table. You can follow me in your BMs, DMs.
So, first and only lady of the podcast, Nola Fox.
All right, we're going to have background music for this one provided by D-Son. Check him out at D-Son on SoundCloud. Hashtag Stay Relentless. All right, my first question is, has anybody dealt with suicide from a personal or a friend level?
I have.
Like, real talk, I remember like I had a man's, and like one morning I get up and I see a text message that say, man, I'm about to end it all, blah, 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 blah. Like, what the fuck? So, tried to call dude, he wouldn't answer the phone. So at this time I was married, so I called my wife, and I was like, man, you know, blah, 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 just hit me up. Talking about he about to shoot himself, woo, woo, woo. Now, all the time I live in the rural, he out in South Trail, South Village.
What's the distance from that? Like,
we're probably talking about an hour.
Okay.
I weigh about 60 miles. So I called South Village Police. And they're like, well, you know, what's his address? I'm like, I don't know his address. Goddamn it, look him up in your system. Like, y'all got him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Found him. But he called me, you know, he got a bunch of kids at the house. I don't know if he's going to harm the kids.
okay.
So they go to my man's cribs. Like, after about 30 phone calls later, dude finally answers the phone. I said, man, you straight? He's like, yeah, I'm cool. I said, where you at? He said, in the back of the ambulance. I said, why you in the ambulance? What you do to yourself? Because you called the police on me.
Was he shocked that you called the police?
I don't know if he was shocked or was he pissed. But at that point, it's kind of like, all right, so you cool. I'll talk to you later. Click.
You was quick on your. I don't even know if I would have thought of calling the police on that. I probably just hopped in my car thinking I'm going to go over there.
I mean,
Save the day.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't even thought about calling the police on that one.
Yeah, it's an hour away because like, I wouldn't
Right.
have to do it. It was 6 in the morning, rush hour traffic.
Inconvenience.
Yeah, it wasn't even going to happen. He was fucking up my morning.
I ain't got those sick. I ain't got those sick days.
You know what I'm saying? But like, again, like on some true shit, like I had to distance myself from my man because, again, like I saved his life in my eyes, but now when I go around him, are you going to do something to me because I saved your life?
I didn't think about that.
You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Is he upset because of what you've done?
But I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, dude is happy and married again, and he's living his life. So I mean, I guess it all worked out for the best.
Anybody else?
I wonder. I'm sorry, but you said now he's happy or whatever. You think he really was going to do it, seeing the fact that if he's back happy or whatnot, you think he would ever thank you for that?
Actually, in reality, I think he would have did it because at this time, like, he had lost his mother, brother, and like their birthdays were coming up, the holidays were coming
See,
around.
so I'm thinking if he was really gonna do it, he would have eventually thanked you. Like, nah, he's better. He'd have been like, you know, something, man, thank you for, you know, calling the police or whatever because you saved my life.
I mean, he did it at the end. I mean,
Oh, so he did. So he did come back and say thank. Oh, okay.
I mean, years later, but like
Right.
again, like I really did distance myself.
Oh, you mean for that? Okay, I
You know, for a little while, like man, like why don't you come through and hang out? Man, I got something to do.
So you ain't choke his ass out? Like, nigga, you took me through a distraught time in my life?
I mean, I wasn't distraught about the shit. Hell, I saw a text
You wouldn't
message.
stress me out, nigga.
My response was, shit, I ain't gonna call the police. Hell, let them do their job.
I'm gonna come see you, nigga. We gonna have a nice little talk in the back room.
Man, shit, I'm straight.
two motherfuckers.
Obviously, he had a gun, so goddamn, I'm not going over there for this.
Right. I like my life.
Like, if he was gonna take his own, what you gonna think he gonna do to me?
I say later on down the line, nigga. You say he cool,
Man,
then.
I'm straight.
Let me holler at you behind him. You know what I'm saying? We gonna have to pour this drink up.
You know, hopefully hopefully no shit like that ever happened. But I might just call the police. I don't think I'm gonna go over there just off that GP that you want me to go with you, don't you?
Police.
You know something?
I mean,
I'm
for real.
cool.
I mean, like, don't get me wrong. If dude didn't have a bunch of kids, I probably wouldn't give a fuck. But it was like 4 little kids in the house. I know 2 of them he really didn't like. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, we go off the 2 oldest ones first, and he don't like them fuckers.
Damn.
He can go over there and give him some NyQuil.
This nigga.
What the fuck, NyQuil gonna?
For the kids, so they wouldn't have to see him Remy choking his ass out.
I told you, nigga, I'm not going over there to get shot.
Right. Come on.
I ain't never done no shit like that. That's not no nigga shit though. But
Why you don't think suicide?
yeah,
Yeah, it is.
I just ain't never dealt with it. I ain't never seen it. You know what I'm saying? God willing, I never see it. But yeah, I ain't never dealt with nothing like that.
I mean, dude, like, picture like this. Like, I mean, there's a time when I worked at the Board of Trade, and like, motherfuckers in there losing their shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, market crashing, like 9/11.
Right.
Like,
True.
you didn't see motherfuckers out a week later. Like, these motherfuckers off they sell, they lost millions. You know what I mean? They were sitting around the crib like, you know what? Fuck it.
Well, I'm saying, like the comedian said, you know what I'm saying? Niggas deal with their shit the way they do, and we deal with our shit the way we do.
Well, who was the we, nigga?
Yeah, you said niggas.
You said niggas.
I was gonna let it ride, but
I can't let it ride. Anybody else got a story
Nigga,
they want to touch on?
Cuban B.
My first experience with somebody committing suicide was freshman year in high school. This guy, his home life was I guess it was rocky. He wanted somebody to talk to, and he was kind of getting bullied. And we was all cool, but he was really cool with one of my friends, and he called her, but she was like outside of some shit playing. No telling. We 14, 15. And we came back to school and found out his mother found him. He hung himself in the closet. And so that was my first experience.
bullying. That's what they found out. You think it was from bullying?
But
Being bullied?
yeah. So that was because I was just like, I didn't, I had to talk to my parents about that. Like, well, why didn't he talk to his mother? I was confused. Like, I didn't know what was going on. So that kind of like shook us up too for a minute, for a long time, because we were all friends. We all caught the bus together and everything. And then
This was high school or grammar school?
high school, freshman year in high school.
So you was super young.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can deal with. Damn. I don't know what age you old enough to deal with suicide.
You're not.
Really not, right?
Yeah.
You're not.
Especially with somebody close to you.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It depends on the person. You know what I mean? If you see a random motherfucker off themselves, like jumping on the bitch.
That still, if you see that visually, that still stays with you. Certain things just stay with you.
It's
Not,
not staying with me, but like at the end of the day, I'm not that really concerned. I mean, because I didn't know that person. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that one life is more greater than the other, but
You saying the immediate effect?
yeah, I mean, I'm not close to that person. It's not affecting my circle.
well, I've had two. That was high school, but I've had two recent immediate effects of
But
it.
I mean, you had to deal with this shit personally if he called you. So y'all obviously had some kind of personal relationship
Yeah,
going
that
on.
was a different situation. Yeah, that definitely is personal. Like I said, I consider my man to be my friend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like again, I thought I saved his life. I mean, you wake up in the morning and see some messages that say shit like, man, you know, I just can't take it no more. I'm about to off myself. I mean, you grasp that in, but you just woke up, take a piss. Let me check my messages. I'm about to off myself.
Yeah.
How do you respond back to that? Like, I mean, you don't send another text. How did you do it? You know what I'm saying? Call me if you want to talk. I mean,
you straight?
Right.
I mean,
You good?
like for real. Like I try.
Emojis.
I don't even know.
100.
What do you? I don't even know what to say to somebody that's in that. 'Cause I know what I would say, and it wouldn't be the right thing. I'd be like, "Is it that serious?"
I mean, but
I would like.
at that time,
that's just something I would say, and that's probably nothing they'll need to hear.
No.
at that time you never really know
Because
how
I
you
would
react,
look.
though.
I'm just saying, I would look at it like, "Come on, man, it could be worse things." So I mean, and I know that's not the right thing to say.
No,
Yeah.
you have to be extra sensitive. So with my ex, because when something didn't go right in his life, he would get depressed and he couldn't find his way out of it. So we went to, counseling about it. We went to couples counseling. So after couples counseling, the therapist was like, no, he needs to see somebody on his own. They knew immediately. So when I found out, like a couple of years ago, that he killed himself, I wasn't surprised by that because he didn't.
You was there day one.
Right. I'm like, well, I'm not shocked because his mother passed and he couldn't deal with it. So, but then I had one recently with my trainer, and so my friends was like, have you talked to him? And I was like, no. They like, I had keys to his house, and they like, well, you go over there. And I didn't know, but I knew. I was like, I don't want to find him like that. I don't want to be the one. And sure enough, I got an inbox like, he shot himself in the head. You know what I'm saying? And that really, that's not nothing you prepare for. I seen this man literally every day for like 5 days. 5 days.
At the time?
Yeah, I had keys to his house. I would go over there. And I remember asking him one time, like a few weeks before he did it. I'm like, where your pistol at? He like, he used to call me Buffy. He like, Buffy, I'm not gonna do that. He like, I'm cool.
Wait, why he call you Buffy?
Why
Don't-
they call me-
I'm
know
just.
the subject.
I know, but that's. But I don't want to get inboxed on why is Nola getting called Buffy?
The body.
Right, the Vampire Slayer or
yeah,
Buffy
the
the Body?
Vampire Slayer.
Oh, okay.
No.
So he like, Buffy, I'm not gonna do that. He like, we cool. And I'm like, oh, something ain't right. Because I knew, I'd been down this road before or whatever. And, yeah, he went out of town and he got back. And I ain't hear from him. I actually gave him the money. I sent him the money to fly back. And he was like, all right, I just got home. That was at 12 o'clock Wednesday. I'm like, okay. I was supposed to train that Thursday. I'm like, I'm going to let you, get some rest. I didn't hear from him.
Right.
And then I was like, by Friday morning, I got the inbox like, yeah, so,
Yeah, but I do think that there's a difference between like being depression, and leading up to suicide. You know what I'm saying?
What you mean?
Like, you can be depressed because you lost your job. Now, depression is some shit you've probably been going through for the last, I'm going to say, 6 months or more. I mean, you can't really put a time limit on it, but depression has to be a greater amount of time than just being depressed type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think depression can lead to suicide?
yeah, it can lead up. If you don't get yourself or you don't have a good backing with good friends to like, sometimes you don't know, just your man right here calling you and being like, dude, what's up? Let's go outside. That can make a person day. But if everybody stop calling because you done distanced yourself, you start to think eternally that they don't want to be bothered with me. It pushes you deeper and deeper. You going down the rabbit hole deeper and deeper because you can't get out of it.
Yeah, but I will say this though, like I do think when it comes to situations like that, like you kind of really see that happening as far as like, all right, well, blah, 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 and then fell back out the whole group thing. And so y'all heard from dude, there's something going on with him because like a lot of time a dude ain't gonna really come out to another dude and express their feelings. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck if it's about relationships
that's true.
or jobs or, you know what I'm saying, whatever.
But a lot of times, like you just don't just come out with shit. Like it could be a cry for help, and people don't acknowledge it, and that will lead to a whole bunch of other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like
That's what I'm saying.
yeah, it could be situations where everybody think like he just going through something. I ain't finna deal with that. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
But
I ain't got time. I got my own shit to worry about. People,
Exactly.
we get consumed with our own lives that sometimes we miss certain shit.
Yeah, but you know what? I think everybody sitting there has a bunch of crybaby ass friends. Like they got that one friend that every time they call you, it's always some type of drama or like their life has never been on the right path.
Well, we're not talking about them.
No, but but those actually are the ones where like when they do cry for help, you just looking at like, well, you know what? I just going through one of their little spells again. So like I'm not going to take it serious.
no, but it's most of the time it's the ones that don't deal with that a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? Like if you just a silver spoon kid or you just never had to deal with certain stuff on a certain level, and
But how do you know the difference if you've never been through it? How do you know the difference from
you yourself has never been through it, or
yeah? If you've never been through somebody, you know, like the stories Nola got. If you never went through those actions, how do you know the difference from this friend who's always calling, complaining about
like
something
you said,
versus
it's your friend. You should know.
Yeah, you'll see a change
Right,
in them.
you will know that
They'll start
like,
to change.
Something ain't right with this person. You know what I'm saying? Like if they steady calling you, or it's the fact that they going through some that shit they've never dealt with, and it's too much for a burden for them to bear. You wouldn't know that as a friend.
Or sometimes they lady might call you. Or
Anybody,
yeah.
cousin, mama, friend,
Right.
come talk to them. They going through. I've never seen them like this, or
Right.
you know, it's
so
always a sign.
who do black men go to talk to if they don't talk to their fellas?
Y'all don't.
It's somebody.
I don't think y'all
if
do.
it's
I
not
think
your
that's
mama-
the issue. Y'all don't talk to nobody.
But that's because
'Cause
they
y'all-
feel
y'all-
like they have nobody to talk to.
No, I think it's that whole y'all don't want to seem like you
Seem weak.
whining or you crying
At
about
times,
something.
It feel like you feel like as a man. First of all, you don't want to express your feelings.
That's
Secondly,
what I'm
so who do
saying.
you-
Secondly,
you don't talk
you feel
to
like
no
it's
one.
somebody that's not emotionally available to you.
Right. So who do you talk to then?
No, I think
It's
you do
always
talk.
somebody
I think
to
you
talk
do
to.
your guys. I mean, like we say, the whole whining thing. I don't know, and that's just me, but I don't know too many people. If I'm coming to you about a relationship issue I'm having, that's not really whining. That's just
No,
That's
I
venting.
Yeah.
And that's
What about a
maybe
life
asking
issue?
them for it. Same thing. I think whining is something that you're complaining about and you're not doing anything to get out of. Like I'm complaining
No,
about how this-
what I was saying is y'all don't want to seem like y'all whining,
Right,
or
but-
maybe even venting, so y'all just don't talk.
Because I'm really trying to figure out who do we talk. Like, if your fellas are who you talk to about everything except this, then who do you talk to?
I think we do talk to our fellas. I think we
About
do
when
talk-
life is too hard?
Yeah.
About life is too hard. Unless y'all sloppy drunk, that shit don't come out.
Well, you talking about like?
Yeah, I don't think it does
I was
neither.
speaking on
Not
the-
true.
Or
it's
I
not
can't
true.
get it together, or this is not working for me, and I've did this, I've did that. No, y'all don't.
It
So who
comes
do you
times
supposed to
when
talk to?
I don't know.
you
That's
try
why
to
I'm
talk to
asking.
your guy, and he may bring up his issues with. You know what I'm saying? What's
Right.
going
So
on? It's
so who do you talk to then? I
like,
mean,
you talk
he's
to that man,
but your guy ain't a professional. If your guy bringing up his issues, that means he ain't paying attention to yours. You get what I'm saying? So
True,
who do we talk
true.
to? Like, we don't go to
I
psychiatrists.
guess we don't talk to anybody, but you need to talk to your guy.
You need to.
Jack and Doug.
Huh?
Jack and Doug and
Right.
Remy.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, let's
But
say
that'll send you over the edge more.
I mean, like,
Because you masking your depression with you drinking away your
And
pain.
you know what I never understood with, and I'm not trying to get off of it. That whole people say, I had a rough day, I need a drink, or I'm going through this, I need a drink, or I need to smoke. I just always looked at them and said, so you think this shit gonna disappear when you come back sober?
It's not that. It's just that sometimes you want to escape.
it's that break.
It's the break that you
Yeah.
need. Because I did that the first of the year. After my trainer, after me losing so much money, I drank very heavily these first 6 months because I did not want to deal with it.
See, but I always thought that once you get over that phase of drinking, that shit's gonna hit you even harder.
Yeah, but see, what you think about is the now. Like, when I went through it, I just looked at it as I just want to go to sleep without dreaming about bullshit.
Exactly.
So this
I didn't sleep.
Yeah, this pint gonna do it. I mean, I get where you coming from because you know sooner or later you got to come back to reality. But for this next 2 to 5 hours,
right? I don't have to.
Yeah. And you just escape to the now. You just say, okay, I'm gonna just deal with it now.
Right.
You know, it's almost like lying to yourself.
It is.
Right, and I guess that's the part that get me.
Yeah,
like,
you convince yourself to lie to yourself.
Can't lie to myself.
Yeah, but again,
And without knowing that I'm lying to myself.
You knowing, but it's whatever to get you through that moment.
Yeah, through that little itty bitty time.
Yeah, but again, not being a firefighter, you're not going to run directly into the fire. I mean, that's just, real talk. I mean, anybody, man, woman, or whoever. Like, you're not going to put yourself out there on the grill for the fucking grilling.
So why is it so taboo in Black America
Yeah.
to
I think
seek
the Black
help?
church did it.
I'm glad you said it because I don't want to get bombarded again. Because I think so too.
I think the Black church did it. I think the Black church made it whereas you don't go, you talk to God, or you don't go and talk to them. You talk to
The pastor.
Lord to help you out. And it's just like, no, you may need some other help. You may, little Billy needs some medication. I'm gonna need you to stop talking to the man.
Because we do hear
Get
pray
him-
on it
right?
a lot.
And that's not going to solve this issue that's going on right now. So yeah, I do think the Black church, but I think the Black church messed up a lot of things. But that's a whole nother topic. So
Which we might get to one day. But that's why I'm bringing it around, because marriage, we pre-showed and we talked about couples. What are they called?
Couples therapy?
Yeah, couples therapy,
marriage counseling.
marriage counseling. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that.
Neither am I.
Well, I do think that once you get into that part of where you go into therapy or counseling, that shit is already over. Like, you at that point, you're wasting money.
I feel the same way sometimes.
I mean, well, not to cut you off, but like, if you had to bring a third party into your shit to tell you that you fucked up by spending too much money and you fucked up by like not being attentive, then goddamn, y'all could have shared that yourselves.
And
I don't
also,
think you'd have
and
shared
also, I'm
yourself.
gonna tell you something else. In order for that marriage counseling or any kind of counseling to work, both of you motherfuckers definitely have to accept that shit. If one motherfucker going in with that, this is some bullshit,
And that's usually the
it
men
ain't gonna work.
But
You
I
say
mean,
usually
It
the
ain't gonna
I
work.
can't
that go
really
in and be
agree,
like, I ain't.
not as far as the
going.
marriage, but it's like if you feel like you at a point where you need counseling, period. Because I've been there. Like, you feel like the church folk might not be able to relate to what you're going through.
Mhm.
So if the church folk just want you to seek God, you want somebody to be there for you, not just
Right. So what do you do though?
you find somebody that's gonna talk to you.
How do you find them?
I just said, I think we all have a friend, whether it's a male, whether it's a female, that would tell you when you're right and when you're wrong.
But like I
And
said,
I always felt if you came to them and you told them a situation and you asked for their honest opinion, they'll set you straight. Like, I think I have a cousin, love me to death, but she has no problem telling me, you fucked up, right? She'll be on my side in front of a motherfucker if I don't say anything, but she'll say, you fucked up, right?
But
That's
what
your
do-
fault.
what's-
But if I sat there and told her, look, this is what I need you to do, and I want you to sit here and listen to this, and blah, 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 she has no problem saying, nigga, you
but
wrong.
what Stezo's saying is,
Or you're handling it, or you're not viewing it a certain
well,
way.
what do you do when you go to that same person and they got their own situation going on and they overpower what you talking about versus they problem?
Again, we all have a friend, or we know somebody who we could talk to. I'm not saying all your friends are someone you can talk to. Like, you if you know the motherfucker for 5-10 years, you could basically ask them something. You got a general idea of what they're gonna say.
Yeah.
That's why even the times that you may be going through something with someone and you want to hear certain shit, you'll call that certain friend.
Right.
If you want to hear certain shit that you be like, nah, that motherfucker might not be on my side.
But
You don't
you
even
call that
them.
same friend, and they going through their own situation, and they overpower what you saying. They overtalk what you talking about versus.
Well, see, now
they got their own problems going on.
No, but you got to have them focus on you. I think that's what you got to have.
It don't work like that all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been through this situation.
But you got to stop it then. I mean, if I call you, because
how do you stop that? Like, if they
you tell them, you have to let them know. Yeah, you have to let them know.
Like, if they venting to you and you feel like they,
that's right there, right? It's not about them at that time. I understand what you're saying. They venting now, but I'm calling you for help. It's not your time to say, man, I feel you, but guess what I'm going through.
But guess what? Sometimes you need to
hang
be
up.
there for them.
That's not the person.
Right, hang up.
It ain't about hang up. What if you face
Ricky
to face
Bobby,
with them?
okay, right. Change the subject. You ain't got to stay there. Think about it. You don't have to.
So
you're
not
committed.
there for them, but you sitting there.
No, you didn't go to them to be there for them. You went to them for your problem.
You asking them for some help that you need, and they need.
And they just showed you they can't help you now. So you have to.
So you gonna shut down what they doing?
Yeah, because it's about you. It's
so now they may kill themselves because you don't want to hear what they got to say.
But you going right? If y'all both doing it, y'all talking to the wrong person.
It happens.
It happens. If y'all both,
right? You talking to the wrong person, then, dude.
So
you picked the wrong friend.
We talking about marriage shit now.
Right. If you talking about killing yourself, you talking about killing yourself, and your friend tell you, you know what? I'm finna kill myself too. What you think finna happen?
Y'all gonna do it together.
Exactly. So that's not who you want to talk to if you trying to prevent it.
On three.
Yeah.
So you're not gonna be the bigger person and swallow your shit.
How can you be at that time with your mental state?
Yeah.
Your mental state is I'm done. Let's get it over with.
I'm telling you, I've been there.
But no, I'm not saying you haven't been there. I'm telling you your mental state is.
Sometimes you gotta just.
But we're talking about that time.
It goes to the saying where everybody got problems bigger than yours. You know what I mean?
But you mentioned that you're talking about killing yourself. You come to me and I say, you know what? I've been on that same deep depression. I'm not the one you want to talk to. I mean, that's all I'm saying.
At that time.
At the end of the day, if I call Ricky Bobby or Stezo or that nigga, or even Nola, and goddamn it, yeah, you know what's going on. We have a general conversation, but I start telling them.
Phone, not paying attention. What the fuck you got going on?
I
started telling the motherfucker what's going on.
Right.
You start getting off into your problems. I'm going to end the conversation because obviously you can't help me in mine right now.
Yeah, I need your attention. I don't have it.
And I can't help you with yours.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I need your attention. It's like a kid. Think about it.
Yeah.
I mean,
but that's selfish though. To me,
it don't matter if it's selfish. It's life.
Like
you know what I'm saying?
If I can't help myself right now, I damn sure can't help you.
Right.
And you can't fix two problems at once.
No, you can't.
No.
I hear what you're saying. You saying you want to be sympathetic, but not at this time.
To me, it's like, you know what I'm saying? You sent there to help this person with their shit.
No, stop right there. You started out by saying you came to me with a problem.
Right.
I wasn't sent to deal with your problem. See, so you can't say you sent there.
Your problem can overpower mine.
Like, no, stop.
I'm looking
Stay
at
where you at. I know, but you can't do nothing right now.
Like I tell you like this. Like I got a guy. I hit him up, be like, man, what up, blah blah blah, and I be like, man, let me tell you what this chick did. I tell him, and he'll be like, damn, I swear to God, I'm going through that. The next thing you know, we just sitting there like, yeah, don't you hate when they do this? Don't you hate when they do that? But nothing is getting solved. We just comparing notes. That's all we doing. My thing is, at that point in time, if I had, because I probably called him with, what do you think about this issue? Once he said, man, I'm going through that too, and then he started basically complaining, and then we just both complaining about some shit. We ain't helping each other out. Right, that's all we doing is having a pity party.
Basically, but I'm just saying, like, if you can't be there for each other, say like, you know
but you can't be there for each other. Not then. Call me tomorrow.
I'm saying though, like, hold on.
You getting deeper than your question.
No,
because what
really
you
not.
Yeah, because you. Okay, so Ricky Bobby, you telling me if you come to me saying you finna kill yourself, and then I turn around and I listen to your 30 or whatever long your story is, and then I come to you and I start saying, man, this what's going on in my life, and this why I want to kill myself. You saying that you're in position to help me?
It's been probably...
No, we not talking about that. I'm asking you, in that mental state, you're in position to help me.
Yes.
And you's finna kill yourself.
Yes.
No, you're not.
No, you're not, dude. Come on, man. You're not Superman.
I'm finna tell you
only
why.
Only thing you doing is gonna tell me what's the best way to kill me.
Tell you why. Because you can come to me on some pity shit, right? Saying that, okay.
No, stay here. Stay here with the you. You finna kill yourself and why. And I'm telling you why I'm saying I'm finna kill myself and why. How do you help me?
Because your situation that you saying you finna kill yourself over may be petty to me.
But you keep saying maybe. What if what if it's on the same level as your death sentence?
It sounds like you just basically saying that if I got an issue and then you come with me the issue, once I tell you mine, you gonna really look at yours and say yours not really that bad.
Exactly.
But what if you don't? What if you? But what if you say it's the same thing?
No, he's saying that person may, like, if I call you and I tell you, you know, I got an issue and I'm like, man, I'm thinking about killing myself, blah blah blah. And then you say, man, I'm going through this. It probably gonna make me look at mine and say, man, well, her issues
my situation ain't that bad.
That's fucked up. You just substitute one motherfucker get shot for another.
That's like having, I called you because, you know, I've been having a shitty day. I didn't have 2 flat tires. But then when I'm talking to you, oh, you know what? I've been deciding to kill myself. Yeah, their issue is way greater than mine. All I had was 2 flat tires.
Right, but if y'all both on the same level of killing yourselves.
But you gonna kill yourself off 2 flat tires?
No, he's saying
it's like my day was bad because I had 2 flat tires.
Right.
But I called you. Your day was bad and you talking about you want to kill yourself. Yeah, in that particular instance, your issue of killing yourself does take a presence over my 2 flat tires.
But the thing is, they both want to kill themselves.
That's what I'm coming with. If we both want to kill ourselves on the same petty level, whatever, you can't help me.
Right.
We can't help each other.
That has a worse.
But no, they're on the same level.
But at the end,
how can it be on the same level?
The same way that your babies can.
But here's the thing: at the end of the day, one of them motherfuckers gonna get off the phone still thinking about committing suicide.
That's what I'm saying, because you didn't get help.
True.
Right.
But
so
I'm saying, like, okay, if I get to call you, that nigga, like.
No, let's just stay here. This is all the calling. We just saying same level.
I'm just saying.
How can you help each other and you both? If y'all both want to get fat and drunk, I'm just trying to figure this out.
Remy just said, I'm trying to tell you. Like,
no, Remy gave us a tires flat versus death.
I'm trying to give you another scenario.
No, I don't want to. We have too many scenarios.
How can you be on the same level?
Let's just stay on. We both want to kill ourselves. We both want to kill ourselves. You come to me talking about killing yourself, and it just so happened I've been thinking the same thing about my life. We can't help each other. That's all I'm saying. How can you help? How can you help the helpless? You see what I'm saying?
I really don't. You know what I'm saying? It always something trumps the other one.
You know what I'm saying? But Ricky, so let's say, for instance, like, you want to kill yourself, I want to kill myself.
But for what,
though? We're both having women problems. Like, we're just going to put it out there. We're having women problems. So, like, you call me, blah, 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 man. I mean, you know, yeah, my bitch tripping. She on the same shit. I've been thinking about the same shit. We cannot help each other in that situation.
No. You can't.
There's no way. Like, you having the same women problems I'm getting, you can't help me and I can't help you.
Yeah. So where do you go?
The best case scenario, one gets shot.
Somebody that's got it worse than you.
Wait, what? You just gonna keep going to talking to people who
I see what you're saying, but that's not an
right.
I see what you're saying, but
that's not gonna help the situation.
It's always somebody that got it worse than you. So.
But I don't know who got it worse. I'm not gonna go through my Rolodex of who got it worse.
All that, but I mean,
he's saying if you
at that type of situation,
yeah.
But I wouldn't.
So you saying I call you saying I'm finna kill myself, and then you say I'm gonna kill myself too. I'm supposed to hang up and call somebody who got it worse.
I mean, me personally,
yeah.
Everybody at this table, I'm gonna say everybody at this table. I'm gonna say me personally, but we always got somebody that we can call and say.
No, we're talking about the ones who don't have somebody to call. Everybody ain't got 5, 10 friends.
No, they don't.
You know what I'm saying? You got people out there who only got maybe
like
2.
You say, if you can't call on God and ask Him for a better situation.
What if you don't know God? That's what I'm saying. Besides God,
answer for that.
Well,
that's what I'm saying. Who in the physical can you talk
You're
to?
asking
answer
a
for
question that
But
there's
that-
no answer to.
But no, I'm
You
saying.
don't have anybody. You just don't have anybody.
But who? But that's what I'm asking.
I guess you could go to a therapist, but then you got to ask yourself who's thinking about committing suicide and actually have the energy to say, you know, I need to go see somebody.
I think before it gets to that level, you should start looking to see somebody.
But you probably don't know you to that level until it's actually at that level.
You know what
I'm saying? I don't think nobody.
I mean, that's true.
It could be, later on.
But you know, life is getting hard though.
Mm-hmm.
You do know life is getting hard.
It's
You know what I'm saying? Before you get to that whole,
it's tricky.
It's different strokes for different folks.
I just don't see. I would see nobody. I would see somebody choosing to go see a therapist when they feel they really need to, but then at that same aspect, who actually says, "Damn, I need to go see a therapist" on their own.
But that's what I'm asking. Is that because we don't know that therapists help? Because I don't think in the black community that we look at them as helpful.
I don't think that. I just think you look at it as far. I don't need it as right now.
I
But
feel
then
like
when
you
you need
give
it, you don't
therapists
really
too much
have it in
credit.
you to say that you need it.
Well, I'll say this. I think in the black community that we probably don't go see therapists
Enough.
as often because we ain't got the insurance to pay for that shit.
Oh, a lot of us do.
I mean, a lot of us do, but then there's still that handful that actually really don't.
Yeah, but I mean, but stick with the ones that do though.
No, I'm just saying. But
And they still don't use it.
That, though. Like your insurance might cover you going to the dentist, the eye doctor, and everything else. It might not cover you going to see a fucking
Yes, it
therapist.
does. It covers
Yes.
you for 26 weeks out the year.
It really does.
All of them.
It really does. But we don't look into
That
that.
mental health is serious.
Yeah, I mean, it's a disease.
People don't read their insurance plans.
I just
That shit
feel
is
like
covered.
it's like you said, coming from where we come from. It's just the fact that, you know what I'm saying?
We don't go for that help. Let's just say what it is. We don't look for that help.
Okay, let me ask everybody this. I'm not sure, but I don't think anyone here has ever got depressed to that aspect. But
I have.
What did you do?
I went to a therapist.
You actually went to a therapist?
Hell yeah.
Somebody told you to go, or you decided to go on your own?
I decided to go.
How far were you upon this depression?
The level of depression can never be determined. You know what I'm saying? Because what I learned with depression is this. You have those who just stay to themselves. You have those who just shut the world out. Mm-hmm. And then you have those who stay to themselves, shut the world out, and feel the world is a better place if they wasn't here. You know what I'm saying? So it's you know what I'm saying? It's so many different levels to it. Only reason why I went was because I felt that, well, let me try to get professional help to fix my problem. Just like if I was sick or anything else. You know what I'm saying? I want a professional to give me their, you know what I'm saying, input on me.
If it's not too personal. Apparently you hear, so it helped. But how much did it really help?
It helped in the sense that I can talk to somebody who didn't know me. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And they just basically let me say what I had to say.
You need
and
to vent.
Yeah, and then come back with
it's a different
how to handle it. Because it really wasn't venting. You know what I'm saying? Because I can vent to y'all, and y'all might crack jokes like, "Nigga, come on out the club, man, get this bottle." And
I'm actually asking. You can say it for what's the difference in the venting?
The venting to y'all would be, when I say y'all, I mean my fellas, is y'all gonna take it to a certain point. You know what I'm saying?
And
y'all
you gonna only take it to a certain point.
you know what I'm saying?
That's your choice. You just don't want to. You choose to take it to a certain point.
I think it's both. I think it's a comfort level on both sides. Like, I don't want to. A lot of times you don't want to burden your friend.
Right, vulnerable and burden your friends with.
Yeah, because I don't want y'all to look at me as being weaker than what I am.
It's more of a self thing.
Yeah, I mean that's
thing, I think.
that's one step. You know what I'm saying? Because some people you don't care how they know you, so you don't care about pride. You know what I'm saying? But when you talking to your friends, you're not really going to be as
open.
No, you have some friends you can be as open as you want to be with.
I'm not to disagree, but I'm disagreeing a little bit.
I want to see. No, hold up. Where were you going? You said you wouldn't be open. What would you?
You wouldn't be as honest.
So it's
You know what I'm
being
saying?
open up.
About how you're dealing with it.
So
And
I
still
feel
being
like
open.
you're really not seeking help if you're not being open.
You're not capable of helping me. If I come to you with deep depression, what's going to be your response? And I'm not knocking nobody's education, but think about that. Your response is going to be
Not
on.
even that, but like going back to the whole aspect of talking to a stranger versus talking to one of your homies. I can tell this motherfucker whatever the fuck I want to, and all of it could be lies. But see me sitting there trying to tell you that same spiel that I told the therapist. Oh, nigga, you lying. Because, like, they know you already, and, like, you can't share those. You know,
Yeah.
like, you got to tell them one
I
side.
think if
and-
you, my personal opinion, you know, the difference is, like you said, you don't want to go as far with your friends. I think a lot of it is, like you said yourself, if you can just get it out. I don't think it's who you getting it out to. You just need to get it out.
I mean, for some
If
people,
you can
maybe.
get it out and you feel you're not being judged on it, is
Yeah,
I
but
think
that's a maybe, though. I mean, okay, put it like this. Let's say I was the biggest cheater in the world. You know, biggest cheater in the world, but I'm coming to you and I tell you, man, I can't live this life no more. I just can't do it. This, like, I'm doing this, but it's not me. I don't want to do it. I'm not saying I expect you to understand, but you gonna know what I did. Right. You've seen it. You gonna kind of be like, nigga, I done seen you with your chick and get down. And a lot of friends look at what you have as to say, I don't understand why you upset. Right. I don't understand why you depressed. You have this, and this.
Right.
Why are you depressed? You get what I'm saying? And then you have some friends say, if I had your life compared to my life,
Right.
See, that's when you don't really want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? Because
again, like you calling your friend and they're telling you basically like, man, well, you know what? I've seen you, and they give you more ups than downs. Then that probably is a good person to talk to.
yeah, but see, but what if that friend is that friend that's looking like, okay, he's complaining. He got 3 cars. He got a house. He got a wife. He got kids. I'm over here struggling.
See, but that's when I say I think you know your friends, you know who you can talk to and who you can't talk to. That's why I said you know who gonna sit there and look at you like, really, nigga, and you know the ones that's gonna be like, bruh, I hear you, and then go from there. That's why I said you know who you can talk to, you know. So I wouldn't go to that friend that you know gonna be like, nigga, what? And we all know.
But what if I don't know him at that time? Like, what if I don't know that I'm calling that nigga to tell him about my issues, and I don't know what you're going through. I don't know what you're dealing with.
But that's the same thing we said to Ricky Bobby though. If I'm your guy, you know what I'm saying, and we're talking about something serious, you put yourself aside at that moment to help you out.
I mean, true, but if I don't know it,
but I'm saying, but that's the thing. You know your guys. You know who will sit there and be like, "Look, man."
But you know your guys who will listen. You know your guys who will understand. But you don't know your guys who are going to give you real advice on helping you. I mean, again, we're not trained for this.
Right, we're talking about seeking some deep-seated help that's needed. It's not just about talking to your friend and just.
That's the thing. I mean, I'm not saying you all are wrong or whatnot. And I'm not saying I disagree with the single people going to therapy. It's the couple shit I don't agree with.
Oh, yeah, we got to touch on that. So we got to touch on couples therapy.
I just look at it, you know, like I said, it's a venting thing, and you just got to get this out. I don't think it really matters who it gets out, as long as that person that's seeing where you coming from. That's just my opinion on it.
Yeah,
you know, and
I can see. I mean, I can see it.
You can have 20 friends, but only one is that one. Like, I got a buddy. I know what the fuck he gonna say. He is not the one to fucking call whenever I'm going through some shit, because he's gonna say some shit that I just want to hear.
Right?
Not that I just know our mindset, my guy. But I know that's how he thinks. I know this, so I would never call him. And in certain thing, it's funny. And I know for me, I could sit up here and go through some shit. I call Stezo. I call Ricky Bobby. I call Remy. But I know Stezo. I'm gonna take certain shit from him. I'm gonna take certain shit from Ricky Bobby.
Yep.
I'm gonna take certain shit from Remy, and then I'll come up with it myself. But some shit I may not tell you. I'm like, nah, that ain't his expertise on that one. Even though he said, I'm like, because I know that's what he gonna say.
Yeah.
He may just have this one inkling that I'm like, that's what okay, I hear. And that's just how I do it. You
But
know what
why
I'm
would
saying?
you want to talk to 3 different people and try to decipher on what you can take and what you can't take? I ain't got time for that if you feeling some kind of way.
Like he
Because
said.
if that's the case, you could go to a therapist who has a one-track mind. I done talked to 3 different minds, and all 3 of these people have my best interests at heart.
And like he
They're
said,
not getting paid for this. They're just like, man, yeah. And if you sitting there, you talking to a motherfucker.
So you think everything that's basically a profession that they're not in it to help you?
No, I'm not saying that. But I tell you one thing, I do believe that my buddy will help me before this person that I'm paying.
And yes,
do believe that.
I look at that. I'm not even gonna lie. Before I went to see him, I thought that you getting a check. So how would I not think that you want me to keep coming and coming and coming and coming and coming?
In that hour, my buddy didn't say, all right, your hour up. My buddy didn't say that.
Yeah.
He let me go on and he helped me go on what I had to do.
Because I'm a check.
And he had no problem saying, hey, man, I'll call you tomorrow.
And that was the first thing I told dude. I said, hey, we going 2 sessions. That's all I can afford. Because even with insurance, you still got to pay that fucking deductible. I can afford 2 sessions.
My buddy, I call Stezo and be like, man, it's going through. I talk to him on the phone. Hey, you know you come over to the crib. Now I could be up here for 6 hours. No money, and this dude didn't help me or help me in whatever part that
he
I
done
talked
bought
to
me
this
a
dude for an
bottle.
hour.
He done bought me some chicken.
But it depends on how deep it is. Like a bottle and chicken ain't going to handle deep shit.
I was just
But
saying
you
that.
can
That's
get it
the
all out
difference.
like that nigga said.
Yeah, but it ain't gonna be deep though. Like you not bringing your boy no deep shit. You not bringing your boy
I just know.
because we don't do that.
Why
We
not?
don't. I
That's
feel
what
we
that nigga
don't.
saying right now.
I
Like,
feel we don't
know
because
I
we
can
don't want to be
tell you.
judged. We don't want to be judged.
No,
Well, he has
no.
his own reasons for not. You can't. He think that these people are just there to get paid. They not there to really help you.
I didn't say that. I just told you that's the difference between my friend and that aspect of a professional. I'm not saying they don't care. I'm not saying that they not there. They don't really want to help me.
But you don't really know them.
I'm just that, and also I know if I had to choose, I know. Oh, I would really. My buddy, he has my best interest in heart.
Right.
Whether he's right or wrong, he has my best interest at heart.
And
It is
let's
an
be
opinion.
real.
And that a therapist is still an opinion.
Let's be real. We
They
still
just
worried
have a
about.
structure to go through. It's still an opinion.
We still worried about our info getting out. Like I can talk to my
Hell yeah.
boy, and I talk to that nigga. He may talk to Remy and Ricky Bobby and Nola. That therapist is a little bit of that security of
It's that HIPAA.
right. You're not supposed to say
You ain't
any fucking
saying
thing.
nothing.
You know,
I can't agree with that because if that's your man's,
trust none.
you can talk.
Trust none. No,
Man,
come on now.
I can't live with
You
that
keep
philosophy.
coming
I
with the
can't live
whole
that
what we grew up on. We grew up on trust none.
He can say it. I mean, he may go and tell one of the guys or whatnot. But if you're talking something real serious, I really think your buddy will actually, if he brings it to someone else, it's because he probably think it's that serious. Whereas one of his other buddies need to bring it into it, or getting an opinion. I mean, it can get tricky.
But you got to, but you start,
me.
but you start asking yourself, what can I tell him? Like certain shit, you're not gonna tell your guy if you think it's that serious and he gonna bring it to somebody else.
So it is a judgment thing. But
Yeah.
I still prefer to go. with my
I
guy.
can't agree with that. Like I say, I got guys that I can come to with anything.
No, you
Yes,
think
I
you do.
I'm trying to tell you, man. I do.
Ricky Bobby, if you came to me
I
talking
do.
about you had a problem raping females, I'm not holding that shit to myself.
I don't care what other people think.
No, I'm not saying what you care about thinking. What I'm saying is, you think you got guys who can hold stuff. I'm telling you, your friends can hold what you allow them to hold, but you can't tell your friends everything, man.
I grew up
Seriously.
hanging out with a crew of guys and with my friends, but them niggas talked like girls. Granted, it was in the crew, but it was still heavy shit that shouldn't have got out
Yeah.
from one motherfucker that got out to all 8 of us. And it was just like
It happens all the
I
time.
can see that, and I
can't agree with none of this shit y'all talking about.
in that aspect, I
I
can see
got
what.
guys I can talk to about anything.
yeah, you can,
this
and
shit
you
will
best
never
believe
get leaked to nobody.
Boy, bad.
The
Yes,
only way to keep a
Yes,
secret between
yes,
two people is one of them
He
dead,
made
man.
Bill talk with his girl.
So it's
got
out. It's out.
And she done told her girl
Right.
who done told her guy, which is your guy.
And you know something, and that's true. I mean, if somebody chose to go to a therapist based on that theory, I get it. I still think my buddy would trump. I still
But I'm
choose
just
my buddy.
saying,
I think
like,
that trumps
the
over
world's so
everything.
small. I can't tell a therapist shit and not expect for this shit to get back.
They don't supposed to
To
tell
my
nobody,
circle.
though.
See, technically by law, if that therapist tell you sue the
You
shit
can
out of
sue.
That's cool.
Then that
Right,
get
you
y'all-
can't sue your
that'll
friends.
get- That'll get you
What
out your
y'all saying,
depression
but
real quick.
I really take my man's word over a fucking therapist. Because I know this motherfucker gonna have my best interest at heart.
No, hell no. You better
I
no.
do because
No. Like I said, it depends on what you're
On how
talking
deep
about.
it is.
First, I've been
Yep,
trying.
it
I've been trying to
does.
get this out for the longest, but
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Remy.
first off, I mean, like, you're not gonna
Wait.
call your single friends that fuck a lot of bitches to talk about you and your wife's problems.
Thank you.
You're
That's
not gonna
true.
do that. Now, if you're a single dude, you're gonna call another single dude to talk about you and your bitch's problems. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's certain shit you talk about with certain people. I mean, like,
And that means you chose.
of the person to talk to.
Yeah.
Of like going through a situation when I went through my divorce. Like, I didn't call my single friends up and, hey, y'all want to chit chat? No, I called niggas that I know that were married because you can have better insight on the situations that I'm going through.
Yeah.
Like, me talking to a nigga that like to fuck bitches is not going to help my situation.
Nope.
He's going to tell me, come on, let's go fuck some bitches.
Yep.
and you
And
know
I'm
who to
glad
call,
you brought
right?
that up because you never know what the fuck that therapist got in mind. You
Well,
know
no,
what I'm
that,
saying?
that therapist
That
is a
therapist
check.
may be that motherfucker that just doing shit that you don't want to do.
That's a check, though. I mean, at the end of the day, like, they're paid for. They're
It don't
paid.
matter,
You're
but
paying them
you
to
can't
listen.
put their personal feelings.
No. It doesn't even matter about that person. You're paying them to listen. At
Yeah.
the end of the day, I mean, they're going to take notes. They're going to give you about 2 or 3 words, but you're paying them to go vent to.
Yeah,
They-
You're paying
but-
them to have a disclosure of that my business is not going to be in the
But at
street.
the end of the day, you looking for their opinion to better what the fuck your situation is.
Yeah, but it's only their opinion. But again, it's not your opinion, not your opinion, not her opinion. It's somebody that I know where this shit ain't going to get back to
But
the hood.
let me ask you this: do a therapist actually give you an opinion, or they just give you an exercise?
I think they give you exercises when it depends on the
They don't really
situation.
give you an opinion, do they?
You know what they do? They ask a certain question to make you
Answer your own question.
basically to
Yeah,
make you think about
a
how
lot.
how you should handle the situation. They worded
Or how
they-
do you think you should proceed?
exactly.
Yeah, a lot. I ain't gonna lie. You right about that one.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like they don't want to be. What's the word? They don't. Hey, I didn't tell them to do it. You know what I'm saying?
So they gonna make you say it out your mouth.
Yeah.
But you know all that
They
shit
try to
is
bring
recorded,
you
too.
to the light instead of.
Just in
I
case.
think you should do this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Which is help.
You know, and it's not to be out subject, you know, shit. Like, I want you guys to look at it this way. Would you rather go to court with a public defender or go to court with a fucking lawyer you paid? The public defender is there for a check. The lawyer you paid is there for on your behalf.
Yeah, I'm
You
going
know,
with that
stop paying
mouthpiece
this
I
motherfucker.
paid. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the public defender, they don't give a fuck whether you go to jail or not.
And I'm glad you brought that because that's kind of when Ricky Bobby bring up the friend thing. This is, is it the same way? I'm not gonna say it is. I'm gonna ask y'all. Is it the same way? You can bring your friend to court to vouch for your character, but would you rather bring that lawyer
I'm going in
to
with
vouch? I'm just saying vouch for character, not to speak law, but to vouch for character. Your friend been knowing you forever.
If I ain't learned some of all the years of fucking
fucking
up,
to bring it free.
like, if I ain't
Think it'd be
learned
a best
nothing
interest
all the
to bring
years
it
fucking
That's
up,
what you.
like-
That's what you need.
Yeah, just vouching for character.
Yeah.
You would trust your friend?
Yeah, the lawyer don't know you.
Shit, I trust my lawyer.
I'm paying this pump
I
$2,500
understand.
every time we go to court. This nigga know me.
Yeah.
Just the voucher.
He know me.
I know, but I'm still going with the
He
lawyer.
know me. I pay him $2,500 every time we go to court.
Yeah,
This nigga know me well.
we can spend all day. You know, what I'm saying? We can spend all Saturday together.
I couldn't get this
Learn me.
10 years ago.
motherfucker.
Huh?
I mean, but if your voucher carries, he's saying, well, how was he 10 years ago? Your lawyer don't know.
Hey, we
you.
could talk. We could talk.
but
You know what I'm
that
saying? We
goes
could
about
talk.
your definition of character. Like, if
Right, I thought you were just talking about going vouching on your character.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not trusting my friend to handle that. That's an important. This is me going to jail.
Exactly.
I'm not trusting my boy to come through and.
Nah, if you're talking about, representing you, yeah.
No, I'm saying just vouching. Let's just say, hey, we you know, I mean, it's the courts. We bullshitting because it's courts, but let's say
now that's a fantasy though, because you want a motherfucker to sell you a dream.
all our topics been fantasies with the whole what ifs and maybes and the kind of sortas. It's all been fantasies. What I'm saying is your freedom rely on your friend coming to court, vouching for your character and your lawyer. No, I know this scenario is that. You know what I'm saying? I'm going with that lawyer.
I mean, I'm going for the nigga I'm paying.
Yeah.
Like, I had a public defender like in my teenage years. I got a lot of fucked up fines.
Because they don't care.
Exactly.
They know you are a number on the sheet.
I'm going to pay the motherfucking play. Like, real talk.
And again, I'm not saying that you shouldn't talk to your friends. But again, like you say, you know your friends. They only going to take you so far.
Again, but you can't talk to all your friends about everything. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't give a fuck how close you are.
I don't think you can either.
I don't think you should.
Because then now you got the monkey on your back. Like, now this bitch got dirt on me. You know what I'm saying?
You're right. I agree with you.
I ain't think about that, but yeah.
Me or some shit while we sitting around playing cards one night. Like, yeah, you can't do that.
And you know what? Your friends will do that shit too. Oh, for real? That's how you feel today? Remember last week though?
Right.
You came to the crib when you was crying.
You okay?
Because you was talking about, you don't talk about that though. Yeah.
It's like, I mean, you can't tell, like, again, you tell certain friends certain shit, other friends other things, and goddamn your therapist everything. I mean, depending on how you roll in life. I mean,
yeah.
Absolutely right.
I mean, unless and it'd be fucked up that your therapist is one of your homies. You know what I'm saying? You going to the wrong therapist. He said he's gonna give you a discounted rate, so that's why you went to him. But he go hang out with you and play cards and drink.
And we'll do that shit too.
You know what I'm saying?
You depressed over money, that may be the best issue. It may be the best solution.
Nigga, loose lips, sink ships. Quit playing.
I don't want you to kill yourself because you spent all your money on the therapist, though.
I mean, I'm saying, nigga, I don't want your discount. I'd rather talk to a straight.
Discount double check. You know what I'm saying? That punk ass Aaron Rodgers and that punk ass, what's the other punk ass quarterback for the Patriots?
Oh.
Tom Gady.
Yeah. No, Tamila Brady. Yeah, both of them.
The tuck rule dude? No, the deflate gate dude. No.
The cheater. The cheater.
Which one we gonna do?
Just call him what he is. The fucking cheater. The cheater. Damn. You know, them two motherfuckers. Anybody got parting shots while we got a little time left? What's wrong? Nola, you okay?
This. God damn it, hell. You ever got a problem and it's real serious? Don't call me. I mean, if it's something that you think I can't help you with, don't call me.
I can
Anybody
appreciate
else?
that.
I mean,
because here's my parting shot. I think everybody needs an outside source, someone they don't know to talk to. I'm all for therapy. Mm-hmm. I'm a fan of it. You feel something is wrong or you're not feeling yourself, then seek some help. That don't mean you need to be on medication. That don't mean you need to be institutionalized. That just means you need, an unbiased ear.
Anybody else? All right, man. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed this episode here. We tried to bring it to another level for y'all. And again, keep up with us on all the social networks. You may not be able to find us on SoundCloud come soon because I'm tired of their bullshit and we finna cut them. But be on the lookout. We still on iTunes, YouTube, and Twitter, IG, Facebook. And we out.
Stezo's Thought of the Day.
All right, this episode was kind of deep. We tried to bring you a different side and bring up a very serious issue in the black community and with men. If you know anybody going through something similar, be there for them, talk to them, be that friend, try to get them help. All right, the featured artist on this one was D-Son. Check D-Son out and his music on SoundCloud at D-Son TL. This track right here is called Glory featuring Richard Taylor.
This is a Law Beats production.
Glory, great honor, praise, or distinction given by common consent. To be renowned, a height of achievement, enjoyment, or prosperity. Something that brings about or is worthy of praise. Glory.
Enough to make you want something. Makes you wonder what's the reason for your heart thumping. A race against time, a race against life. Never ever doubted running across that finish line. Chasing glory, trying to create a story. History, blazing trails like none that was before me. Fiending to be the meaning, the rappers who spit it cleanest. Blood, sweat, and tears, how dare a nigga demean it. Premonition of greatness, ambition never ailing. Plotting for a vacation to Jamaica, it's just patience. I'm living, I'm never aching. Pardon the passion, it's habits, but keen that's on the mission for a life that's fully lavish. Took basics to understand it, heart to overstand it. Good and evil, key balance is God working His magic. I'm aiming straight for the status, addict to competition, and anybody between it will lose. God is my witness. It's like a weight has been lifted, but pressure steady building. I'm clutch. Fourth quarter, tell my haters they ain't facing. I'm pacing, no Danny Granger, learning to aim the anger, use it as motivation. Every night I pray I make it. Nightmares about my past failures, so demons come in layers. Learned how to be a slayer. No weapon shells.